Vickers. Returned to the UK for its restoration to flight a few years ago. It was his son Matthew who led that effort. Final pass from the 4 aircraft of the Bremont Great War Display Team, the 2 SE-5As leading in, the BE-2C and the Avro 504K, which is a replica built by the Pursang company in Argentina. Departing off slot in the 2 SE-5As in today's display, we have Dave Linney and Mike Collett. The BE-2C, which is owned by Matthew Boddington and Steve Slade.
To savour the sound of those 8 130 horsepower de Havilland Gypsy Major engines. Former Royal Air Force fast jet pilot, originally on Southampton University Air Squadron flying Bulldogs. He then went to do 2 tours on Phantoms with 111 Squadron, and then was in the Falkland Islands again with Phantoms on 23 Squadron. And indeed he used to fly the black Phantom that's actually in the static display here today. He's now captain on the BA A320 Airbus. So if you're going on holiday, listen out for his name. And it's actually his birthday today. On his right is Mike Vasey, who's the founder of Vintech, which is a company that looks after these vintage engines. On his left is Steve Bowhill-Smith, a former Concorde pilot, who's had what must be any aviator's best day out, where one day he went and flew. I would say after we've gone and had this fly past, is again the glorious sound. They come by in Big Vic formation. Delayed on the final 2 is their last, but most certainly not least. In the number 7 position, flying my aircraft, is Jerry Rendell, formerly of London University Air Squadron on Chipmunks. He then went on to an illustrious airline career, flying the VC-10, and finally being a captain on Concorde. But the number 8 is top man is David Sister, who is in 56 Squadron, Akrotiri, then 29 Squadron, Watersham, both of those on the Lightning. He's then at Central Flying School on the Gnat, then an instructor at Valley on the Gnat and the Hunter, then in the 43 Squadron with Lucas on Phantoms, and he's flying a Tiger Moth which is camouflaged exactly.
Attempt to keep the Air Force alive, to keep it in existence. The idea of actually using the Royal Air Force to police the Empire was floated by Chief of the Air Staff, Lord Trenchard. It was argued that a few aircraft could do the same job as thousands of ground troops, and this would be a very cost-effective way of controlling large areas that would normally be controlled by conventional land forces. So Lord Trenchard put the idea into practice in 1920, when the RAF and Imperial Ground Units defeated rebel Somaliland dervishes. The following year, 1920.
Could almost be back at one of the Hendon pageants or displays. of the 1930s in watching this aircraft going through its paces. Just 117 Fury 1s like this were built for the RAF, and the squadrons that flew them, starting with number 43 Squadron based at Tangmere, put on spectacular displays, sometimes tied together in formation. Number 43 Squadron, in fact, was the first unit to bring the Fury into RAF service. This Mark I has a 525 horsepower Rolls-Royce Kestrel supercharged V12 piston engine. The Mark II took power to 640 horsepower from a further enhanced Kestrel. On static display began to receive camouflage. The threat of war was increasing. It was also a sign that the biplane fighter was becoming increasingly outmoded.